Just wanted to give you guys a video because we've been pretty much absolutely dead for the last 8 months, and it's been absolutely busy here at the shop, which also means that I have amassed a set of tools that I know I use on a daily basis, and I know you guys would probably be interested in what I use very often and what makes life a lot easier when we're working on these cars. So this is kind of just a general, like, I would call it everyday use tools that I use almost every single job that I do here. And we just wanted to lay it out, go through it, and show you what you could possibly purchase and put in your toolbox to make it a little easier for the DIYers out there that are working on their cars in their driveway. Most of this stuff I actually had when we were doing a lot of the DIYs back at the house. So it is still relevant in the terms of, you know, being able to purchase these tools and not really break the bank. And we'll put links in the description where you can find this stuff. But we'll run down real quick what I use on a constant basis, and we'll go from there. So hopefully you get some good information out of this video, and hopefully it makes life a little easier when you work on these cars, because I know a lot of times you probably curse and get frustrated, and you know, there's a lot of tools out there that can make it a lot easier. So want to run down right now. So first off, I think these are the most commonly used electric tools that I use every single day. They are electric 90-degree ratcheting like tools. It just makes life so quicker and much easier on your wrist that you're not having to like do this all day. You can literally just put, like, this is a 1/4 inch drive and this is the 3/8, and I can put, you know, for example, this one, a 10mm swivel, and say there's a bolt, I can just tighten it very quick, or at the flip of a switch right here. These are actually Matco branded tools. The ones I would actually recommend are the Milwaukee line of tools that they have. They have the exact same models like these, and they're really affordable. If you haven't used one before, I highly suggest you actually go out and try one with somebody that has one, or just go out and buy it, because it will definitely make your life a lot easier. It'll make the jobs a lot quicker. You know, it's more efficient, and you know, it saves your wrist. So I would highly recommend trying to get at least the 1/4 inch and a 3/8 drive. If you had to pick one or the other, I would say maybe start off with the 3/8 drive for now, because it has a lot more torque and you're able to actually break a lot more boards, whereas this one's going to be for more tighter spots. But if you could spring for both, definitely would recommend it. This guy has saved my head so many times. And if you're not sure what this is actually what's called a hood prop tool. And this is definitely going to be for the guys that have really weak hood struts, that the hood just comes back down the minute you put it back up. If you don't have one of these in your toolbox, I would say this is probably going to have to be one of the first purchases you make, because almost every BMW doesn't use like a metal hood rod that you put up like any normal car. They use the gas struts, and when they're weak, they don't hold up, and sometimes when you think it's actually still strong, a good gust of wind could possibly come and knock the hood down on your head. It's happened to me before, and now with this being on there, you'll never have to have that issue. So definitely would recommend getting one of these. I use this every single time the hood comes up on any car that comes in here, just to prevent the possibility of the hood coming down and possibly damaging it. And you know, it's just a all-around great tool. And if you're not sure how it works, quick 10 seconds. This is how invaluable the tool is. Say the hood's like this, you can tell the hood doesn't really sometimes want to like stay up. You just put it on like that, and it holds it up, you know. And I can't even like pull this hood down unless I probably would break something at that point. So I would highly recommend getting one of these if you haven't. I use this every single day. Next on the list is probably for those times where I have dropped countless bolts into crevices that I cannot get them anywhere unless I had these. This is actually a magnet, and what's really nice about this one is that it's a pretty good length, but it also is very flexible. So I can bend it into many orientations. What? It's not supposed to do that. But this thing actually can get into a lot of really tight spots, and I can, like, for example, say and grab this and grab it like that. So sometimes bolts get into really hard places, and this has saved my ass quite a lot of times. This guy is kind of like if you ever played a claw machine, it has a open-ended clamp design that you use by just pushing down on this. And this has actually been really helpful because I have dropped countless amount of bolts in places I could not get and I could just like do that, try to grab it, and grab the bolt. So, and it's pretty strong. So, um, definitely would recommend getting something like this as a pair and putting it in your toolbox. So that way, if you ever have those mishaps where a bolt drops and it's really hard to get, these will definitely save you.
Where do you get these tools from?
Yeah, it's from my friendly local Matco guy. So if he's watching this, stop selling me garbage. Next up on the list is my pocket screwdrivers, which are just really narrow, thin, flathead screwdrivers. I use these very often for electrical connectors, anything that I need to get in and kind of just lift up a tab to undo a connector. These have definitely saved me, especially for some connectors that are very difficult to press. Definitely would say that this is one of the most commonly used tools that I use on a day-to-day basis here at the shop. So if you haven't had a set, or you don't have one, or you only have regular flathead screwdrivers, definitely try to get a set of these at your local automotive store, parts store, wherever. It'll definitely save you when you have to remove certain electrical connectors when either over age they get really tough to really press, or they get fragile, and you know, there's definitely many ways you can use these tools, but this has got to be in your toolbox if you're going to be working on any kind of European car, because I know for a fact that many of you guys have tried getting connectors off and they're a pain, and this will definitely save you. All right, probably I would call these my lifesavers, because they are so good at getting to really tight spaces. I wouldn't be able to do almost a good amount of the jobs without them. These are all 1/4-inch drive sockets. As you can tell, I have a shallow set of Torx sockets that are able to get into really hard to reach places, and they're really shallow. I've got some long E-Torx sockets like this, and they're like that. Definitely use these on a day-to-day basis. And also the swivels. The swivels have been absolutely instrumental into getting into some really tight bolts and being able to get them out with absolute ease and saving a lot of frustration. If you don't have a set of these, I would say try to go find a good quality set from, you know, a reputable tool company, because they definitely will save you in really tight areas that a lot of these cars are accustomed to doing. And you know, I can't count how many times this has saved me so much frustration when if I had used a normal socket, but this just made the job very easy. And then I think these guys are very underrated. These are actual swivel E-Torx sockets as well. I have them in an E8, E10, and E12, and I've used them in various amount of jobs, from oil filter housings to, you know, some of the transmission bell housing bolts that are a little difficult to get to. After I obviously use something else to break them loose. You won't be breaking loose a lot of bolts with these, but once you do break them loose with something appropriate, these will make life a lot easier to get them off. So, and the good thing is these are a variety of Matco and Snap-on. They're actually lifetime warranty, so even if you break one of them, they'll replace them for free. So definitely use these a lot. Would highly recommend getting a set in your toolbox, so that way you can save quite a lot of curse words coming out of your mouth when you're probably dealing with a bolt that's really hard to get to. These are really nice. I love these tools. Like, as you can tell, I really love my tools, but these guys are the MVPs when it comes to any heavy duty suspension work. I just love the fact that they are pretty long, so you can get quite a bit of leverage on, you know, a really like stuck bolt, like say like a ball joint, control arm bolt, a nut. And they come in all varieties. I believe it's from 10 to 19. So I use the entire set quite often. But the 16 and 18 is the most commonly one I use, because that's the most size used bolt for a lot of the suspension on these BMWs. And they're swivel, so they do this. So even if a bolt is kind of like here and you've got a little bit of tight space, you can swivel it like that and still get to it. So it makes it really nice. I believe quite a few manufacturers make this set now. This is a Matco branded one, but I have seen them at like Home Depot, Lowe's, and everything. So if you haven't had a set of these, would definitely recommend getting one. It makes life a lot easier for suspension. Probably getting tired of hearing me at this point, but bull nose pliers, gotta have them. you gotta have a set of these. These are for when there's hoses that are stuck and you can't like pull them off. You can get on the hose, gently just twist it and pull them off, and it comes off quite easily. Again, any auto parts store sells these. You should get them in a variety of sizes. They're really helpful. And then trim tool, removal tools. Again, it's really nice for these to get something like this because you can actually get in and take out a bunch of like push pins and everything on like under trays, you know, various cowl pieces and stuff. So, and then just to show you, like, yeah, it's messy, but I mean, I got a variety of like tools just for almost any situation, variety of like adjustable pliers. So, you know, you don't have to go to the scale of this, but I mean, it does help to get like just the basic necessities, like, you know, pliers, bullnose pliers, and like trim removal tools. So that way, if you come across anything that is a little difficult to remove, hopefully it'll help you out. And also, while we're in this drawer, a good set of picks is very vital as well. I use these often for like radiator hoses and like stuck like those little quick release clamps on the radiator hoses. You can get in there and kind of pry it very easily. This is another good tool to have if you haven't gotten it already. And I mean, a bunch of junk, but they all have a purpose. The last one I think I would say is my swivels. These swivel impacts are, like, you could tell, kind of worn because I've used it so much. But these have again saved me countless times in very tight areas where I couldn't get like a normal like socket like this on there. And it's like one of the most used tools that I use on a day-to-day basis here at the shop. And also these eTorque sockets. Most people probably have them, but if you're not familiar with them, definitely helps you get into some of those tighter Torx bolts. And that's really it. I mean, this is just a gist of what I have that I use. I mean, I use a good set of hammers all the time. I use almost all these sockets, but you know, that's what we ran through in the last 10 minutes is exactly what I use most commonly. But hopefully, you guys have a good set of tools at home when you guys tackle these DIYs. That's kind of why we make these videos, is so that way you can kind of learn about the car, and hopefully, these tools that you will probably be purchasing will help you tackle the DIYs a lot easier and with less frustration. That's kind of the end goal. But just wanted to make a quick video for you guys because it's been, like I said, 8 months, and we've got a lot of projects that we need to showcase. The E61M5 is still under the wraps. You're going to be seeing a lot of videos with that. I know I've been saying that, but it's actually there's been some progress with it. So I'm pretty excited to actually show it to you guys because I think you guys are going to really like it. And probably going to be buying a bigger toolbox because I ran out of tools because I can't even put my hammers because we've been that busy. So, got to start building some motors with this guy. But anyways, like always, comment, rate, like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments what you guys want to see next. We definitely are going to have a lot more content coming out in the coming months because we're going to actually start dedicating more time to this. And as always, we appreciate all the love and the support. And you guys know that the shop's here in Huntington Beach. So if you're ever in town, come by and stop by and say hi. I'm always here. I'm here 7 days a week. So if anybody can comment what this is, I'll send you a sticker. First person that can comment what kind of hammer this is, I will send you a sticker because it's a very oddball hammer. I use it for like massages, because I freaking just want to, like, if someone can tell me what this is, I will send you a sticker. I'll send you a goodie bag, trust me.